welcome to another episode of Super Review Mail, where you guys send in your emails to thesuperreviewshow@gmail.com so you can ask your questions on this show. Thank you very much. Today we have a question from Jay Miller, who writes, what is a cartoon that you think deserves more attention/views? My pick is Star versus the Forces of Evil. So thank you very much for the question, Jay Miller. I actually, when I read this email about a week ago, I could not get to it, so forgive me until now. But when I read this email, I said, I don't know. I really don't know. I actually had to do some research on my own. I said, what are some current shows, their view count, and what do I watch? And then I thought long and I thought hard, and there's a show that aired in 2009, maybe 2010. I was much younger, of course. But 2009, 2010, 2011. It ended in 2012. It was a show called, now, some of you may know what I'm talking about, but not a lot of people watched it, apparently. It was a cartoon of Iron Man called Iron Man Armored Adventures. And this is a show that I still love to this day because I fell in love with Iron Man from that point on. Because that was the movie Iron Man had just came out, and then this animated show came out on Nicktoons. So, and I remember the promotional commercials. They were like, "Hey, this guy, he's a teenager. He wears armor and he shoots lasers out of his hand. He has a powerful unibeam, stuff like that." I loved that cartoon, and not a lot of people watched it when it was on. Not a lot of people did. I think it's and they have all this. It only lasted 2 seasons, but both seasons are actually really good. And they're on DVD now. They're not on Blu-ray, of course. But, they're on DVD. And I think if you guys actually give it a shot, if you watch, let's say, the pilot, the Iron Forge and Fire Part 1 and 2, there's the pilot. How Iron Man became like this. He had this big implant in his chest and all this stuff. Now listen, the animation itself is not the best, but it's definitely pretty cool. The way they nailed the characters, they actually invented a character called Killer Shrike, which worked with the character called Unicorn. Mr. Fix, I believe, was a made-up character. They made up a few characters here and there just to fit the needs of the show, but it was so cool. And they actually underlying arcs with the Mandarin. It was it was a really thought-out animated cartoon. I just want to let you guys know, that is the show that I think deserves. So Jay Miller, to answer your question, that is the show that I think it's not on the air anymore, but if you guys can find it on Blu-ray or DVD or something, or maybe instant streaming on Netflix, it's a fun show. It's one of those cartoons, like, it was right around the time when Nicktoons had Fantastic Four and X-Men, or Wolverine and the X-Men, I think that was what it's called. Right around that time is when this Iron Man show came about, and like, a lot of people watched Wolverine and the X-Men, no one really watched Fantastic Four. But Iron Man was one of those shows, it was like, as far as like view count, it was like low to high. Fantastic Four, Iron Man, and Wolverine the X-Men. Wolverine the X-Men only lasted 1 season though, as far as I know. Yeah. So, anyways, Iron Man Armored Adventures, great animated show. I think you guys really get a kick out of it. It's fun. You're gonna see some things that kind of remind you of the Avengers movie, but it's not the Avengers movie. You'll see when you get to like the season, or they called it a season finale, but the end of the show, and pretty much everyone forgot about it after that, so it kind of sucks. But it was a really good show. Anyways, so Jay Miller, to answer your question, I think that the show that deserves more attention / maybe views is, and even though it's not on the air anymore, I feel that Iron Man Armored Adventures could deserve some more love. Me personally, but that's me. So that's just my pick. What do you guys think? If you guys can answer Jay Miller's question, jump in the comment section and let me know. What do you guys think? What animated show? He picked Star versus the Forces of Evil. What cartoon do you think deserves more attention and more of a fan base than Star versus the Forces of Evil, Iron Man Armored Adventures? Whatever you guys think, please jump in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about this. Please leave all your thoughts in the comment section below. Love to hear your thoughts. But for all of your Super Review mail, keep it locked with the Super Review Show. J-Man, off to work.